staff at Good Things Utah had just spent the day with an alleged murderer and had absolutely no idea. And soon they would find themselves back on the topic of Corey Richards' new book, but this time they would be updating their audience that she was in jail for murder. This is the case of the viral case of the quote child molester. So, with that being said, we're in New York right now. I know the background's a little bit messy. We're working on it. I'm sorry. But as always, full show notes are available at rottenmanglepodcast.com. A few things to note. At the time of filming this case is still ongoing, and there are new developments, like, every day, every single week. I mean, truly, this case has a couple of upcoming hearings, and I'm guessing it will go to trial for quite a few months. But there's been a lot of new things that have been coming out. There are also 3 young kids involved in today's case, and we're going to be protecting their names, their identities for the purpose of this episode. And since the trial has not concluded yet, the individual in custody has yet to be proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. So any new evidence that comes up could refute some of what we know now, some of the evidence that we have as of now. And lastly, today's case does touch on the topic of use disorders. So if you or anyone else is struggling, links to the resources will be listed in the show notes. With that being said, let's get into it. March 7th, 2023, a new children's book hits the market. It's titled, Are You With Me? Written by a grieving widow. She had lost her husband, and she and her 3 sons are coping with the grief. They're coping with the loss. And she said that she wrote this book to help other kids and other parents that are in the same situation, and they don't have anything to read their kids and to help them get through the pain. The summary of the book reads, a heartwarming and reassuring book that gently guides children through the difficult experience of losing a loved one. Written by a loving mother who personally faced this challenge, this book is designed to offer comfort and solace to young minds in a way that is both accessible and Dad! Are You With Me? Follows the story of a child who lost their father, but who was reminded that still exists all the time. Are You With Me? They must grieve for the child with the loss, and for parents who want to provide their children the emotional and and the unbreakable bond of parent and child. Wherever you go, whoever you become, their love remains with you. I mean, it's very emotional and it's very, very loaded. But her social media, the author's social media and Google searches tell a completely different story. Lance, the author has all the social media dedications you would expect from a grieving widow. She has the
Fuck me!
So damn hard without you here. The cards I have been dealt, even in pain that cannot be played. Hashtag leave home. But if you go on the Facebook, you can see that she has a new Pinterest board titled Wedding that was just added 22 weeks before her husband's death.
Oh, what?
A Pinterest board titled Wedding that she had created 22 weeks before her husband died.
6 months.
Yes, which is to give you some clarification. They got married years and years ago, and they had no new plans to renew their vows. They don't have a daughter or family member that was getting married around that time, and even if she did, it was a bit strange because most of the Pinterest pins inside that wedding board were like wedding lingerie. They all kind of had these small undertones. 22 weeks before her husband died, she created this board. Now, coincidentally, around this time, she had also allegedly been pinning quotes that would read, sometimes it's just better to don't fight for closure, don't ask for explanation, don't chase answers, and don't let people understand where you're coming from. She also pinned one that says, you can't change someone who does not see an issue with their actions. You can only change how you react to them. But her Google has been a lot more blatant and suspicious. The same author that went on to Good Things Utah to talk about how she grieved the loss of her husband and how to remain strong for her kids, she was allegedly found Googling, what is the lethal dose of lethal? Death certificate says pending, will life insurance still pay? What force you to take a lie detector test. How do you permanently delete information from an iPhone remotely? And maybe the most important one, her perspective, luxury prisons for the rich in America.
Shut the front door.
I'm serious.
Wow.
Yeah.
By now it's luxury.
Yeah, okay. I mean, if you want that in your Google searches, be my guest. But, I mean, it's kind of crazy that this is after her husband's death. She's allegedly Googling all of these things.
After.
Yes, the same woman that wrote this Are You There? Children's book. So did this woman murder her husband and then write a book for grief? For her kids? For other kids? She was the evil kid, that's what they call her, to a man named Eric Richard. So Eric is the oldest of the Richard family, and you're like, okay, what does that even mean? If you live in Summit County, Utah, you might know how important that is. The Richards are one of the largest, most prominent, well-known families in Summit County. Yeah, they're very wealthy. Very wealthy, but they're not yet like your stereotypical rich family. It's very interesting. So the Richards were known for generations of hard work and making a name for themselves. They kind of give me Southern vibes, like the best way possible. They have the generational wealth, but what people say, and I think they mean it in like the best way possible. They're just good on it. The people that like the outdoors, they're not like your rich city people like trying to shop at Louis Vuitton every day. They're just they're into like animals and being outside. They even have buildings named after them in town, but they were not even for the money. Okay, I mean to a degree I'm sure they were, but they weren't obsessed with like flexing and spending all this money. It helped, but they were just very dedicated people who were very into having this work ethic. So their whole family was brought up on family faith and hard work. So Eric is the eldest son, and he grew up on the richest family ranch, where he would actually care for the animals and the livestock. His parents never let him slack. They were like, we don't care that you're the eldest kid. We don't care if you think you're like an heir. You're not going to slack. Not in my life, okay? So they worked countless hours just helping his dad all day. The animals, and the fences. He like work in this ranch. And probably a direct result of this is that Eric is a very outdoorsy person. Like he loves great outdoors. Anything to get his hands dirty is in nature. I'm talking cross-country, sports, hunting, construction, like sports. Maybe for like he loves like ATV. Like that kind of motor sport. So like think of boys and their toys, like you think of spots with Nerf guns, but like men and their toys are just bigger versions of that, okay? So he like loved the guns, the boats, the snowmobiles, the ATVs, and this is exactly what Eric loved to do in his free time. He was not afraid to get dirty. He was always on the go. He owned 4 years in bicycles, snowmobiles, Egypt, a whole very expensive collection of toys. And due to his hobbies, he actually broke some records in the family. He has a family record, the most gold. No, like fashion roll. Yeah. I don't think it's they counted, so I guess he rolled twice, but like 2 rolls.
Accident?
Yeah. So like pure accidents, he has the most collisions in a motorized vehicle, record for that of the family. And after that, you have the record of the family member with the most amount of stitches. He has 200 stitches on his face after an accident. And according to family and friends, there was like another normal family dinner with no socks and no sleeves on his shirt. Eric, you're missing sleeves. I know it looks like you ripped them off. You get it, okay? So sometimes they call you if you're not supposed to. They say, hey, Eric, what's going on? And you just like nothing's going on. What do you think? He's like, so by the way, I'm upside down in an ATV right now. I need you to come pick me up and probably let the authorities know. You're like, okay, maybe you should have told him at the beginning. So he was someone that really liked to surprise people, you know? You just never knew what you were going to get with this guy. So after graduating high school, Eric goes on a 2-year mission trip to Mexico City, and he learns Spanish fluently. I'm telling you, this guy lived like 25 different lives. And everyone in not even the way that most people are. Like, meaning, people person means that you're good with people. Eric didn't even have to try. I think that's what made people like him. He was just very naturally likable. He was a walking party. Even when it came to serious things like work, working with Eric was always a good time. Eric would come back from his mission trip and he started his own business with a good buddy of his named Cody Wright. So the two started this successful masonry business from the ground up. And it was called Viennese stone masonry. They would essentially install walls. But it's not like the walls that you're thinking. It's not drywall. But I'm talking straight concrete walls, these stone walls, like outside of your home. Kind of more aesthetic, like very fancy fireplaces, patio walls, walkways. Typically they work with stone. So even like those like very intricate, yeah, I mean they're considered like a specialty contractor. They were more like artists than anything. And it was really good at what they did. People were constantly coming for them to sign big projects on vast homes, office buildings, everything. From what I can tell, Eric seems like the type of person that I would want to work with. Because, you know, when you're in this construction business and you're hiring a contractor and you're debating between two firms, there's just always that person that doesn't make you feel down, feel like they actually care about your home, and they're like trying to sit with you through every single process, they're passionate, they're patient. That's Eric. He put 100% of his effort into every little project that he had, including quality. Eric's first marriage was to a woman named Julie. They were married in 2005. They divorced 4 years later, and like really, the way that they used to it did not end well. Then just 2 years after their divorce, Julie was killed when she was rear-ended from behind by a massive truck going 70 miles per hour. Julie's death is not completely unrelated to this case. It has nothing to do with Eric's death, but I would say that it's related to this case because the killer was a man that was high on he literally had smoked it in his car and the smoke had frosted off the window, and instead of slowing down he couldn't see. He sped up and was going 70 miles per hour when he hit her. She ended up passing away. Now, like I said, the tragedy is not directly linked to Eric's death, but I would say that it's part of Eric's life. We don't know exactly how he was impacted by his ex-wife's passing, like sudden passing, and I imagine it was emotional to a degree. And a big part of how Eric's family responded to that, especially Eric's mom, they just got fiercely protective of Eric. Like, I think it just, it's so human. It's such a nice soul. They go through so much heartache. It's almost this primal instinct where you're like, I literally have to shield this person so that they don't experience any more hardships in life because they don't deserve it.
I did not mean to buy that.
That Eric's family.
So Eric was
So by the time that Eric is 32, he's divorced. He wasn't really dating much. He didn't have children, which he wanted, and he's just so focused on his work. All he was doing. I think it's just hard to find someone that he clicks with. Especially as you get older, you become stronger in like your beliefs and what you like and who you are as a person. It's harder to be impressed by someone. Like, it's harder to find someone that ticks all the boxes. Home Depot changed everything. Home Depot. It sounds like a Wattpad story. Just follow me. This is real. Eric is at Home Depot. Again, because he's a contractor. He's always at Home Depot. And he gets to the same one every single time. He actually had an older family friend that lived at Cape that was working at Home Depot as a cashier. She's like, mom at Home Depot. All these contractors would come every day from work. She would take good care of them. Even if her line to check out was the longest, all of them waited on them to have their little moment with Mama Linda. Linda really favored Eric. She said, you know, like, you get a lot of these contractor guys. Some of them are really aggressive. Some of them feel like you don't know what you're talking about. Some of them get so upset when you do one thing or they gotta wait a little. Never him. He was never. I mean, even if you had to wait around for an hour for something, never. You just walked around, talked to people. Yeah, just a very nice guy. He was so kind. He would help with work. Even though he didn't work at Home Depot. And one day, they discussed Eric in her line at school. But as he's waiting, she's like, cashier over. The new cashier. She's young, she's pretty. And before he could put all of his things down on Linda's stuff, she's like, pretty young cashier. He's smiling. He goes over there and he ends up getting all of his things in the gate. Corey is soon to be quiet and soon to be eliminated. Linda thought it was perfect. Like, back when we first started dating, they were so adorable. They were so patient with each other. They had, like, the same sense of humor. Linda said that they were glued to each other. I mean, I thought it was perfect. I thought it was fairy tale romance. I mean, that's what I thought in my pea brain. There was not an inkling that they were bad for each other. Like, not even a single little inkling. In fact, this is a story people would go around telling others about. Like, how cute is this? Wealthy contractor business owner is at Home Depot. His older family find encouraging him to check out with the young, pretty cashier. They get married. I mean, it sounds like a dream, right? The story, it made sense to a lot of people, at least at the time. Marie was like the it girl in her little neighborhood. Everyone knew the person that she was the prettiest girl in town, the prettiest girl in the area, plus was very, very smart. All of her coworkers, including the Nikki, would always tell her, "Don't be cashier. And go do things, you know? Go." Well, that's what there's something done. Corey didn't actually quit until she married Eric, and most likely through his financial stability, he was able to pursue a new career. He became a realtor. Side note, we don't know too much about Corey other than her dad seemed to be in and out of her life. He passed away 3 years prior to that meeting, and Corey was raised by her mom. The one thing that we know is that Corey was a hustler. Corey was an incredibly hardworking person, and this probably helped her catch up with her. She was constantly working as an assistant in hospitals. She tried her own hand at a cleaning business. All the while, she's in college getting her healthcare degree. She's working at Home Depot. She's trying to follow her dreams of being a realtor. Like, this woman worked a lot of jobs. And back then, Linda remembered being so proud of Corey. Like, saw all the accomplishments that she had after leaving Home Depot. She watched them get engaged. She watched them get married in 2013. She watched them welcome 3 young sons into the world. They were like the ultimate happy ending family fairy tale. So Eric grew up in this very religious household, and the whole Richmond family, they were members of the church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, and they relationship with marriage. And even like both of the couples, they were quite religious, and they were people of faith. We're going to come back to that later. Now, the two settled down in Commerce, Utah. The town is very like sticky area. It's almost as if the town exists in its own little bubble. Like, nothing really ever happens in a place like this. But the day that Eric and Corey Richards got married, something did happen. Something that would cast a forever shadow over this whole day of Eric, allegedly, Corey was approached by the patriarch of the Richards family. So Eric, she comes by, and allegedly she has Corey's middle name. You're like, Stephanie, I don't see the problem with this. Neither do I. It just really makes sense, you know? The Richards family, they're wealthy. Corey is just starting off in her career. This is Eric's second marriage, and those who saw Eric go through his first marriage, I think it's alleged that he didn't have a freedom with his first marriage, and it said that he was trained in his love, Holy Spirit, a whole lot of cash after his first marriage. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. It doesn't feel all that weird. Eric's mom, she's just trying to protect her son. She's just trying to make sure that he doesn't go through the same thing over again. You can't really blame her. And Corey did not object. She's like, yeah, absolutely, I'll say whatever you want. Let's sign it right now. The documents in their wedding certificate were signed June 15, 2015. Under the terms of the prenuptial agreement, if Eric and Corey were to be divorced, Eric's assets and Corey's assets would be split as if they were before they were married. So basically, all of Eric's wealth would go back to Eric. Any houses, rental properties that he has, they would all be Eric's. Any cars, vehicles, all of them. And then Corey's wealth would stay Corey. There's like community property and all these things. But that's the main gist. What was Eric's was Eric's. Corey's was Corey's. Now, Eric's mom ensured that there would be no mistake in case of a divorce. Like, there would not be another repeat of Eric's first marriage. Under the condition of Eric's death, however, and this is the standard in prenuptial agreements, only the next couple of years, so the everything that Eric had would go to the widow. Again, very normal for a prenuptial agreement. Because, you know, when you divorce, of course you don't want your partner to pay your things, I guess. Divorce is the only right? The guy, you want to make sure that there's a trouble. So, in the case of Eric's death, all of his assets would pass on to his wife to ensure that she would have enough to support any offspring that they have. Now, most people try. Just noticing that their spouse is getting killed in court, it's usually Eric's family, they all have to mind. There was no way for them to think that that is wrong, because suspicious or less than well, it's very hard. However, allegedly, clocks their marriage. It was probably very clear to her that her husband, Eric Richards, was more valuable to her dead than he was alive. She's the reason the freedom was just there. In their relationship, it's not just cheating about their marriage or their relationship or even their family. Like, Lori got a lot of financial benefits being married to Eric. She was living in a multi-million-dollar house that she wasn't really paying for. She got work promotion. She had the ability to buy her kids whatever they wanted. Eric made sure that his family never wanted for anything. Like, he was not shy about pouring his money into the family and even pouring his time. Like, not just financially, he would give a lot of time to his son. He did his absolute best. If work of his son was there, like all three of his sons, and I'm sure they're doing all different sports, they're all in different grades. He always did coach for the head coach on every single team. And all the other boys were so young. Yeah. Oh, she's so good at his work. So, yeah. Like you. Get up off the bleachers. Look at Eric. That's the type of dad. And Eric's the mother too. Because Eric's the mom type of dad that would go in there and be so like, okay, I'm gonna put a spotlight on my kid. I'm gonna make my kid look good. He actually encouraged every single kid to do well. And he's so excited to take his kids fishing, to help them learn archery. Like, he's just obsessed with being outdoors and he loves them. He just really knows how to manage his time and did a very successful business on top of all of it. It's not that he helped his wife, Corey, with her business ventures too. So, side note, I hate it for giving a woman successful man around his business. But I do think that Eric helped a lot in her career. And let me tell you why. If you're a realtor, especially in a place like Utah, where Utah is what I hear is a well-connected place. Everyone knows everyone. Everyone's got a friend in every industry, right? Building clientele is so incredibly difficult. Yummy! Or successful in selling and closing in a lot of luxury homes. My speculation, I imagine the rich have a lot of wealthy friends. So it's probably quite natural for them to be like, oh, right, you know, well, Eric's wife is a realtor, like, here, let me give you her number. She was doing so well in fact. She started her own real estate company called K. Richens Realty in April of 2019. Yes, so, yeah, it's very, very hard for you to becoming a realtor to become a product. She started her venture and it's looking homes. So with Eric's contract is knowledge that it can create connection and for his real estate venture with her ability to gauge prices in the area and see what's up and coming. It's just kind of makes sense.
So she's doing very well herself.
Yeah, very well.
Money and her business. It seems like she's running the place.
So on paper, they were like the power couple duo of real estate, and it said that they made quite a bit of money flipping homes, and I'm sure that why they speculate with some personal speculation, that most of the money would be going to Corey because it was her business. And so keeping up Corey's wealth is Corey's wealth, Eric's wealth is Eric's wealth. So they would purchase these cheap homes, renovate them, put them up for sale for so much more than what they bought it for, and they would pocket the profits. So they would repeat. Both seemed to be involved in the business, and a lot of times it would lead to fights. The most recent one, prior to Eric's death, literally like days before Eric's death, was about a big mansion from hell. Let me tell you, okay, this big mansion from hell is a $2 million mega mansion with the type of ones that look meant to produce, overscale, a mini so much like.
Bada bing, bada boom.
What would be considered an
Everybody wants this god sword. Little did anybody know that out of the 5 legendary weapons hidden around the world, this one was by far the weakest. But that's the exact reason why I want it. I'm gonna use that god sword to dominate the server. And before I do that, I want to get maxed armored weapons, because everyone else is gonna be running around aimlessly for these, and they're gonna be just completely broke in leather armor probably. Well, I'm gonna be in the best possible stuff. One of my favorite methods to do so is by using ancient cities. As long as you're smart about it, it's one of the fastest ways to get geared up for the game. And nobody does it. I can get the enchanting table set up already. I'm gonna be so freaking so it's next year too. Next dolphins, ancient cities. Oh my god. I got to. Using the skull for XP and the level 30 enchanted table, I got fully maxed here in about an hour and a half when the server started. I am I actually have the fastest I've ever gotten gear from starting some of these altars now. And now that I was fully prepared, I needed to actually find and craft a legendary weapon. Little did I know how truly powerful some of these weapons were. Keyword, dumb, and how unlucky I was about to be. Holy crap. There we go. Got a bitch right now. That is awesome. My god. That ain't a village. That's a kingdom. What the hell is this? What? Now this would be a sick place for a base. Wait. Small tree.
Yum, 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 yum.
64 bone blocks, 64 iron blocks, 64 copper blocks, 6 skeleton skulls, 6 wither skeleton skulls, 3 player heads. Why is a warning turret fucking name? Do you have to kill a warden? I, in fact, did need to kill a warden, just for it to only have a 25% chance of its heart dropping. Funnily enough, even though it's not funny at all, killing a warden was the least of my worries. When I said I was about to get unlucky, I meant it. Even though it may not seem like it, running into this altar was the worst possible thing that could have happened to me. The Bone Blade is the weakest legendary by far, and getting it is currently my top priority. The recipe required 64 bone blocks. Let's just go get there real fast. It looked like the essentially win condition. The bone plate is getting a bunch of wither skeletons. So let's do that. Yes. Yes. Just one more squid. Yes. That's why it's good.
Why?
Yeah, we could go for nuclear and 12.
Oh, ain't that fun?
Hello, Nucleats.
have the wish already.
That depends on you.
I mean, but I want to people that try to get players, multiple, getting one for nothing. Someone that you know.
I see.
Out of curiosity, are in the nether getting, well, what's the next one?
Which one are you going for? I'm going for both night.
What's Bloodlust?
Bloodlust. What's in the recipe for that one? You gotta replay the video.
I also need nether stores. Nether stores.
I'll tell you guys right now, there's two of you. It's not a fight you want to take.
We'll let you be.
You'll let me be. I mean, you'll let me be. I like you be. We'll full shit and I don't think it's worth losing this just for 2 players goals. Oh, I can do it. Yes. Yes, this one. Let's get up another. I think I want to get skeleton skulls next. I think a lot of people think you're gonna have to use charged creepers to get them, but skeleton skulls just spawn in ancient cities. So I'm just gonna do that. I also do need a lot of iron. It's 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the last of them. This is a nice little village. Let's make a base here. I found out that the weapon handle requires 2 netherite ingots and a nether star. So, let's go kill a wither. We're gonna go get netherite. I'll end the day there. Let's not flame for exit. That's this. One more. It'll be one more than I've got. Thanks to my unbelievable blazing fast speed, I was about 75% done crafting my bone blade. I got all the iron and copper I needed as well. I just cut it out because ain't nobody want to watch me mine in caves for now. All I needed to do now was kill 3 players and report it. Which is easy enough, you know? I already knew where like a dozen ancient cities were, so all I needed to do is hunt players.
Well, how do I get you to upgrade stuff then?
Came to peace. Who named my horse cornball? Oh, somebody thinks they're real funny, don't they? Why? That is F tier, really, man? It's the best insult you can come up with. Yes, so some loser came to my base and named my horse Cornball, and one of my villagers, Nappa, is an F tier. This is a petty little pain, not like I needed it, but this gives me more motive to get those player hits. Okay, so yeah, you can tell about the crops grown. Base here. Oh. Hi there.
Ah, hey.
How's it going? Looking for Impied Gambling and Luigi. Do you know where any of their bases are?
I do not. I'm still on this right now. My base right now.
Oh, this yours. You see, well, I want to figure out who Okay, my horse going well. I love this horse, dude. It's got 3-block jump, and then it's 11.94 speed. This thing is amazing. And some user named him Cornball.
Let me tell you something. The horse is a cornball, but the rider's kind of a cornball. Hey. Hi.
I can't.
You know what's funny? Noobly called me a cornball over here.
It has Noobly Steaming, right?
Here.
Here.
Oh my god.
Surprise health inspection.
Hey, I digress.
Make this harder than it has to be, bro. You got it. There's no way you're running from it. Where do you go?
Yeah. The chips weren't good
We have all
though.
these gaps.
Yeah, they're gonna take your own stuff. You should leave me alone.
They take my horse, then just give me boards and keep you guys down. You really want that? This is your fault, Dalen. If you had just accepted the death earlier. Look. Snap. Where's that kid? Snap. get your team to save you, bro. You see me, bro.
Like crazy, bro. What's up? What's up? Oh my god, no! That was from
I got 8! Dumbass.
Oh my god, you got
Toys? I think, bro, toys aren't allowed in PvP. They're not allowed in PvP.
Yo, Tommy! Yo, man, we didn't do that.
One more time, I'm actually just gonna kill it.
Oh, stop being a dumbass, Coolkid. Oh, shit. That's motherfucking hard, Coolkid. Coolkid! That's ass. I'm getting 3 jumps reflection now.
Nah, bro, you're not doing this. You're running from the ones?
Hey,
what's up, Nepo? Did you take my horse?
Well, I stole that. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, I stole Cornball. Napa, I'll give you points to Cornball if you like give me OP loot. Getting Cornball.
I got your OP vote.
Oh, the boom, right there. Thank you for Cornball, Napa. Oh, what? Eyes running away from
You gotta be kidding me, bro!
What, bro?
Alright, it's live on Napa, maybe.
But yeah, we're getting your OP loot and we got Cornball. You're never getting Cornball. You're never getting Cornball, Napa. Not Napa, you'll never be the strongest member on this SMP. It's me, bro.
I now have all 3 heads required for the bone blade. I didn't have to kill some defenseless player 3 times like some people, or kill my teammate for the skulls like others have done. I don't even have